Hello YouTubers, Joe Kersey here on the 30th of January 2014 at 1400 in the afternoon Eastern Time. It's 23 degrees. I know it looks like it's about 24 and a half, but that's parallax error, so pay it no mind. Parallax error is always very pesky. Let me get you reset here, folks. There we go. Well, this camera should work for a while here at this temperature. We're getting a little bit of a southwest wind pickup right now. And that's indicative of this approaching whack of snow we're going to get here, probably in I don't know, 12, 18 hours, 20 hours. One of my subscribers out in Illinois, and Jerry, you know who you are, even now is starting to feel the brunt of this comma-shaped snow cloud that I see on the various internet weather screens. So God bless you all on that. I'll tell you, I took the trash down this morning, and much to my shame, that's the first time I'd set foot outdoors since I got home from church on Sunday. What a load I can be sometimes, and there it is. But it was beautiful. I mean, it's all clouded over now, but this morning it was absolutely outstandingly beautiful. Well, it's beautiful now as far as I'm concerned, but we had the deer out there on the ridge there. They were out here on this little ridge up along the fence row, and they were all lying there sort of scanning the creek valley, and had a squirrel, of course. Well, multiple squirrels, really. See, you can see his detritus from where he had consumed a few walnuts that he had squirreled away. I actually been getting some decent night's sleep, so thanks be to God. I did now this morning. I've been doing some, as you might expect. I've been doing some internet-y stuff and YouTube-y stuff, and I will say one of the great things about YouTube is that when you have the good fortune to stumble upon something that's in the suggestions that they put up afterwards, occasionally you find sort of one of these offbeat folks that doesn't have many subscribers, but they've put out 15, 20, 30, 40 videos, and you watch these, and it's like you're being introduced to another person. I mean, it's I just love that. I think that is just neat as anything, and and I'm not talking about these guys that have 50,000 subscribers, and they're all commercialized, and YouTube wines them and dines them, and they get flown out to Google for consultations and how to do their hair. And I'm talking about just regular guys, doing things guys do. It's great. I mean, I don't get out and about much, as you know, but so it's kind of a window on the world for me. Well, I'm going to let you look at the creek valley here for a bit. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to talk to you some more about some stuff. Man, I do think it's so pretty here. Doesn't matter what time of year. Pretty. Oh, look. There's the glass of diluted wine. Well, there's a trusty heater. As you might imagine, it's been running pretty much non-stop here, supplemented by these two trusty heaters. I ran the big one in the basement for about 2 days, 2.5 days, and now that it's up, once it gets above, if it's consistently above 5 or 6, I don't need to run anything down there. But obviously wasn't for a while, so I'm surprised there haven't been power outages. But there's been no wind, there's been no storm, and so the limbs haven't been down. And I think where most of our power goes out, or had been going out, is down at the distribution center in Westerville. You get these adventurous squirrels climb onto the transformers and get fried, and of course that trips everything up for like whole segments north of Westerville. And I think maybe that population has killed itself off and not reproduced. So maybe natural selection has worked its course, on those transformer climbing squirrels. Fried meat, huh? Well, in any case, God takes care of us. Now, I'll tell you, I've been such a load. Now, it's not like I've not been doing stuff. I've been reading the stuff on the computer, the news, what passes for news. And I have to admit, I haven't delved much further into the N.T. Wright's Paul and the Faithfulness of God, because you have to be in a right frame of mind for that, and I've not been in the right frame of mind for that, so I've been doing other things. I've been reading currently, I finished this book by Alexander Masters called Stuart, A Life Backwards. And this is an excellent book, and there's actually, I ordered the book after I watched the movie, which I again happened upon it, on YouTube, and it's about this chaotic homeless fella in Cambridge, the United Kingdom, and the author Alexander Masters' involvement with this fellow in terms of a campaign to release 2 people that they were properly convicted, but they were convicted, let's put it that way, of knowingly allowing drug dealing to go on the premises of a homeless shelter they were running. And it was an unjust conviction. So often the law isn't justice. In any case, this author got involved with this guy in terms of wanting to chronicle his life and why he became homeless and how he lived when he's homeless, and this, that, and the other. And of course, over in Britain, they've got a lot more government, well, the government's a lot more intrusive in everybody's life over there than even the government is here in the United States. So they call it helping people. Well, they do it they say that over here too, don't they? Be careful what help you want. They may be coming into your house at night. Well, without getting into that case, I highly recommend it. And then the other book I've been reading, but it's by the same fellow, and I started it here last night. It's called Simon, the Genius in My Basement. And it's about Simon Phillips Norton, a mathematician in Cambridge that is Alexander Matthews' landlord. And this is very interesting biography. It emphasizes when a biography does a biography of a living person as opposed to a dead person, where you're working strictly off of documents and maybe verbal reminiscences by people that knew the individual, if it's that recent of a person. It's very different than if you're doing a still living person, particularly a living person that sort of wants you to write about them, but isn't all that cooperative. and Alexander Masters was saying and pointing out that in that set of circumstances, the biography really isn't a recitation of facts. You did that, you did that, you did that, you did that, and then this happened, and then that happened, and then you went there and did that. It's an exploration of the interaction of the biographer's thoughts about the person, about what he's writing, and how they change over time in relation to materials that he discovers or the subject reveals to him or opens up to him over time. So the biography is an ongoing process, and so the process is the biography, not. So what ends up in the book is not, oh, here's the process. Now I'll write the book. The process is the book. Period. And it's an interesting idea. And in any case, two interesting books. So I urge you to maybe look into that. I have no financial interest in any of this, of course. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm just there's our wren. We got a wren out there now. There's our little wren here. These wrens are God bless our wrens here. Let's see if I can show you the wren there. See the wren now. Oh, there it went. Well, I'm delighted that the winter hadn't killed off our wrens yet. Some of them they're pretty hardy. They're pretty hardy little birds. And so, okay, I may talk to the computer here about something else later on, today. But for now, I'm going to say bye-bye, YouTube.